But we begin with the latest source of hysteria on the left tonight, a nightmare so serious it is causing panic and anger and feelings of helplessness among Democrats and their friends in the legacy media mob. In fact, it is so dire that I'm calling on all of our loyal viewers to offer support to their far-left loved ones and friends and neighbors and coworkers. And if you are a Democrat watching tonight, you might want to sit down for what I am about to show you. Take a look.
You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it, Josh. I think when I hear that sound, it reminds me of money. In this case, it reminds me of lack of money because I'm paying for it, so it's the opposite. But it's going to be one of the most beautiful ballrooms anywhere in the world.
Oh, the horror. President Trump is now remodeling the East Wing of the White House and building one big, beautiful new ballroom, all paid for by himself and private donations, which is apparently a mortal sin in the eyes of the crazy left in this country. Take a look at this.
You don't own that building. That is the people's building. You don't own it.
It is corruption at its core. And I heard someone say this when I was backstage. It could not be, there's no greater metaphor right now than what's happening right now in this country than watching Donald Trump take a wrecking ball to the White House.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that any president could destroy the White House and take a wrecking ball to an existing structure so historic.
Painful. I mean, this is historic structure.
It's history being torn to shreds.
Surprise! Donald Trump is literally destroying the people's house because apparently he thinks it's his house and not ours, and I'm guessing he has no intention of moving out of it ever.
Ah, the vapors. He's never going to leave. We got more hysteria on on X from Gavin Newsom. He posted the following quote: "Ripping apart the White House just like he's ripping apart the Constitution." Pretty rich coming from a guy who signed off on a massive $1.1 billion expansion of the state's historic Capitol building. Maybe out in California, maybe fix your fire hydrants, make sure they have water, fill your reservoirs, make sure they have water, lower taxes, and stop spending billions of taxpayer dollars on illegal immigrants. Just an idea. That $1.1 billion is roughly the same amount as a new NFL stadium, and it's being funded entirely by California taxpayers. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton also chiming in. She just can't help herself. On X, the 2016 loser declared it's not his house. It's your house. He's destroying it. Actually, Hillary, he is adding a ballroom to a wing of the White House that was constructed in the 1900s. But just as a reminder, this is how Bill and Hillary honored the White House. Remember, putting aside Bill's little incident with that White House intern off the Oval Office, let's not forget they essentially auctioned off nights to sleep in the Lincoln bedroom to top dollar donors. These same donors were still writing checks to Hillary in 2015. And when Bill and Hillary departed the White House for good, yeah, they took furniture that they had to return because it didn't belong to them. So, Hillary, spare us the lectures on the sanctity of the White House. And maybe next time you might want to think before you go on X. And to everyone on the left now weeping about White House renovations, okay, time for a Hannity history lesson. Since 1902, there have been at least 14 major renovations or additions completed by various presidents. Let's run through them, shall we? Teddy Roosevelt built the West Wing at the turn of the 20th century while tearing down Thomas Jefferson's greenhouses. In 1909, President William Howard Taft, he added the first Oval Office to the West Wing. It was 1927, Calvin Coolidge, he conducted a major renovation of the upper floors of the White House. 1929, Hoover completely remodeled the West Wing. And just 5 years later, FDR remodeled the West Wing yet again, even adding a second floor and a swimming pool indoors. And by the way, FDR in 1942, he built out the East Wing which is now being remodeled by President Trump. In 1948, Truman stripped the interior of the White House, preserving only exterior walls. 1970, Richard Nixon converted the swimming pool into a modern-day press briefing room. Take a look.
This is, as you see over here, the Presidential Walk of Fame. And we had this long wall with half windows because that used to be a swimming pool on the other side of the wall. That was the swimming pool where Jackie would say, "I hear women inside." Are women inside? Quite a famous, I'm not saying anything, this was a part of a movie. And the Secret Service said, "No, ma'am, there's no women inside, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to move along. But I hear women inside." "No, ma'am, you'll have to move along, ma'am." So that was the famous swimming pool. Now it's even worse. It's for the media. They covered the pool up.
All right, you would think the press pool would actually realize that president after president, they have renovated, they have changed, they have upgraded the White House. This includes major changes under both Clinton and Obama. Now, the Trump-induced anger and rage on the left is beyond idiotic, and whether Democrats like it or not, one big, beautiful new ballroom paid for by the president himself and private donations will soon host major historic events for decades to come without spending one taxpayer penny. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.